Hello everyone. Okay, so on the agenda for today we have another practice for the lower back. I'm just going to show a few poses, things that I like to do. I guess the emphasis really is partly on releasing the groins and also strengthening the buttock muscles. It's going to kind of target both in as we go through these different poses. Okay, so to begin, let's start in a prone akunchanasana, and we'll take a supported variation, so you can have a bolster here, and also have a blanket. Now I'm going to show this pose from a couple of different angles, just so that you can set yourself up. Okay, so you're going to lay on your abdomen, and then situate yourself. You can start with the right leg out to the side and place your shin on the height. Now, if you don't have a bolster, of course, you can stack some blankets. You can fold them so that they're sort of similar in shape to the bolster. And just notice here that with my leg on the support here, the idea is to have the thigh bone coming right out at the hip. So I'm not lifting it way up, and I'm also not letting it go down. And in an ideal situation, the foot as well is supported. Okay, and then once you're on your abdomen here, you can press your hands, your forearms, your elbows, whatever, into the floor and try to turn your abdomen away from the bent leg and then lower yourself down. Okay, now the straight leg, shift it so that it goes out to the side. Okay, so I have it at the edge of the mat here. Okay, now this straight leg, there's a couple of options. One, it can be like how I'm showing right now. You can also activate the leg by turning the toes under and pressing the knees and thighs up. Okay, now you can also use a blanket to support your head, which I know from this view here you're not going to be able to see, but that's another option. Okay, now just this area here, once you're in position, the buttock, the hip, this area will be raised. And all we're doing here is working with gravity to try to let all that space that's underneath the groin there decrease, right? Can you let gravity take its toll, so to speak, and let this area descend? Okay, and again, the abdomen is turning away from that bent leg. Okay, so go ahead and set yourself up if you haven't yet already. I'm going to show now from a different view so that I can also show you a couple of options for the arms. Okay, so leg to the side, as I said. Try not to get it too high, not too low. Turn the abdomen away from the bent leg and lower yourself down. Okay, now I'm adjusting the straight leg out to the side, and that buttock is broadening, back of the thigh broadening. Okay, now you can rest your chin on your hands. You can go like this with fists if that feels better for you. Or you can use the blanket and lower your head down. Okay, you can have the arms out to the side and just be here. Again, let gravity do its thing and allow this area to descend. Okay, now I'm working with a scoliosis, and so another kind of added component that I really like in this position here is to add a little bit of extension. Okay, so when I have my right leg bent out to the side, I'm going to also extend my right arm forward. Okay. And with my left hand, I'm just keeping it bent and pressing into the floor to continue that rotation away from the bent leg. Okay, so one arm is extending, the other hand is on the floor, just to try to encourage that base of the abdomen to rotate. Okay, and this gives a little bit of traction for the spinal muscles. Okay, be here, breathe, and you can switch between the arm positions. You can switch between the leg positions, right? The active straight leg or the more passive option. And just be here for a few moments. Okay. When you're done, you can lower your leg, raise one arm up, and just kind of roll onto your side. Okay? And then use your hand and carefully, slowly push yourself back to a seated position. Okay, and now we're going to change it up and do the other side. Okay, so going to the left side now. One other thing I just wanted to mention is that I do remember when things were really bad with my back and I would be in this position, this area was so tight. Okay, there was a lot, like you could drive a truck underneath my groin. So, and the buttock was really raised, right? So what I would do, which felt really quite nice, is I would support the groin, okay? So take like a rolled blanket, or sometimes it can be even a second bolster if you can maneuver that. And you basically, you stick it, right? So let's see here if I could, it's gonna be like this. Okay, so this area is gonna be touching something, and then this here is on the bolster when you're lying down. Okay, so I'm not sure if you'll be able to fully see it in the supine position or in the prone position, but it's going to be something like this. So I've got my legs supported, and then I'm taking the rolled blanket, and I'm just making sure that that groin, that inner thigh touches something. And the moment it touches, it's almost like I feel like that area exhales, right? It can release a little bit. So, and then still turn yourself away from your bent leg and head down. Okay, be here, breathe, receive the support. Okay, and again, depending on your tightness, the one bolster, you may need a blanket on top, you may need a little bit of extra height. It really depends. So you can experiment. Okay, and then if you want to give yourself the traction, you're going to extend the arm that's on the bent leg side. Okay, other hand can still be flat on the floor, and push into the floor to turn. Okay, now I think I forgot to show this on the other side, but you can also turn the head away from the bent leg. Okay, and give yourself your temple here some support. Okay, breathe, be with it. And again, let the groin release, let the buttock release. Down. Okay, you can stay in this position for some time, okay, a few minutes, and it can be quite a nice release, right? So, for example, if you were going to start a practice, you might want to do this for, if you come to class or something, you might want to do this for a minute or two, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, even before you get going with class. Okay, but for now we're going to move on. So a really nice way to come out of these positions here is just extend the arm up and then roll onto your side. Pause there for a moment and then use your arm and press yourself up to sitting. Okay, so moving on now, we're going to stay with the Kunchanasana in this prone position, but we're going to make it a little bit more active. Okay, so I've taken away the bolster, and I just opened a blanket here. The mat is sticky, right? So an open blanket is nice. It's going to help your legs slide a little bit. You'll see in a moment. Okay, and then the head blanket, as per your needs, can stay. Okay, so now once again, lay yourself down and right leg out to the side and have it on the blanket. Turn the base of your abdomen away from that bent leg. All the alignment is, the same as before. Okay. And then the extended leg, take it out to the side and broaden the back of the leg. Okay, broaden the buttock, broaden the back of the thigh, and support your head. Here, like so. Okay, and then just settle for a moment and feel what's happening. Let the buttock descend. Okay, and now where it becomes active is that along this blanket here, I want you to start to extend away from the midline. So as if you could slide your knee further away from the midline of your own body. Slide it away. The knee, the whole shin, reach away and try to open that groin in that way. And as you open it, you may find that it can also descend more. All right, so best to keep your head supported, your head down here, and slide your knee away. Slide that leg away. In opposition to that, turn the abdomen away from the bent leg and let the buttock descend. Okay, hold it for a few breaths. And then you can release, pause, take a few breaths, and then go again. Okay, slide the knee away. Lengthen through the inner leg. Lengthen through the inner leg. Okay, open that groin. And then again, release, take a few breaths, and go for one more round. Reach into the inner knee. Extend, extend, open the groin, and more let the buttock area go down, go down. Slide along the blanket. Okay, and then release. Okay, carefully undo your leg. And then push yourself back up. Okay, and then let's do the second side. Okay, so you can place the blanket on the other side. And we'll repeat, we'll do again 3 times. Have the left leg out to the side this time. Knee in line with the hip. Make an effort here to turn the base of the abdomen away from the bent leg. Shift your straight leg towards the edge of your mat there and insist that this buttock is broadening, back of the thigh is broadening. Okay, and then lower yourself down. Give yourself a moment here to settle. Okay, it can feel quite different than having the bolster. You don't have that suspended feeling, right? So there can be more gripping in the groin. You want to just notice what's happening. And also you can still support the groin if you feel you need that. Okay, so experiment with that. Okay, and then let's give this active sliding away a go here. Okay, so now slide your left knee away from you, lengthen through the inner line of the leg, and let the buttock descend. Open that groin. Okay, hold it, reach, 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 hold it there. You may feel some engagement in the buttock, in the outer hip area, so just be mindful of that. Okay, and then release. Take a few breaths, pause, and then go again. Slide the leg away from you. It's not physically moving further away, but there is just a little motion, right? Along the blanket, extend. Lengthen, lengthen. Descend the groin. Open up, open up. Buttock goes down. Again, be mindful, be conscious of the engagement, the outer hips, the buttock region, the inner leg. And then release, pause, and we'll give it one more go. When you're ready, slide the inner knee away, lengthen through the inner leg, reach, 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 and let the buttock descend. The more you lengthen, the more space is created for the buttock to go down. Okay, at the same time, keep a little bit of awareness on the opposite side, the right leg. Broaden that buttock, broaden the back of the thigh, and keep that leg straight as well. Okay, and then release. Carefully undo yourself. And once again, push yourself back upright. Okay, let's take this exact shape, the shape of a Kunchanasana that we were working on, into an upright standing position. Okay, so have a chair, and you're gonna stand on your left leg and raise your right leg up to the chair like this. And as you see, exactly the same shape as we had lying down. Okay, the one difference now is that this standing leg is right under me. Right? When we were on the floor, I had you taking it out to the side a little bit. So for right now, let's bring it directly under, like so. So this is Uttira Hasta Padangusthasana 2, right? The Parshva variation. Okay, and if you want to be really precise here about your alignment, what I like to work with here is the heel of the bent leg in line just about with the big toe of the standing leg. All right? Okay, so now shift your weight to the midline and suck this outer hip strongly in. Okay, lift all 10 toes up for a moment, extend them, extend the toes. Now pressurize your right foot into the seat of the chair, and as we just did on the floor, try to slide your inner leg away. Okay, now how to access this? Another way to access this is by using your feet effectively. Okay, release for a moment, just kind of pause here, let it go. And what you're gonna do is press the 3 points of your right foot. So what are the 3 points? Just to review, those of you who are unfamiliar. You've got the big toe mound, the inner heel, and then the very center point on the outside edge of your foot. Okay, those are the 3 points. You're gonna press those 3 points into the seat of the chair, and without letting the foot actually move, try to slide the chair away. Slide the chair away and see if you can recreate a similar action, similar sensation to what we had on the floor. Okay, so same side, let's do that again. Stand on your left leg, right leg up. Shift your weight to the midline and stand up really tall. Okay, suck this outer hip in. Okay, now lift your toes just for the sake of activating the bottom of your feet, right? Sensitize them. Now let your mind go to the bottoms of your feet and connect with these 3 points. Big toe mound, find it, press it. Inner heel, find it, press it. Keep those 2 points and then lift your arch by rolling the very center point on the outer edge of the foot down. Okay, now pressurize these 3 points, especially on the right side, and underneath your foot, try to slide the chair away and lengthen through this inner leg. Okay, lengthen through this inner leg. Deepen the right hip socket, externally rotate your leg, turn your thigh, let the buttock roll under, and push the chair away, lengthen. Expose this groin. Okay, now your arm, you can extend the right arm, just create a bit of a fulcrum here, and left hand can stay on your hip. Okay, you can also extend the arm, that's totally fine. You can extend both arms, right? It's up to you, up to you. Be with this for a moment. All right, and then release, lower your leg, stand in Tadasana. Okay, turn yourself around, and then let's repeat. So now this time stand on your right leg and raise your left leg up. Check to see that you have this good alignment, knee is over the ankle, shin bone is absolutely perpendicular, right? You're not letting it hang back. Keep the knee over the ankle. Okay, now again, stand tall in your standing leg and suck that outer hip into the body. Okay, pressurize the 3 points of both feet into the floor, into the chair, and deepen your left hip socket, externally rotate your thigh. Okay, now pressing the 3 points of your foot into the chair, try to slide the chair away from you and lengthen through your inner leg. Okay, feel the engagement in your buttocks. Feel what's happening. I often do this. I just like so to see if the muscles are engaging, right? You can feel it. Okay, press the 3 points of your foot into the chair, slide the chair away, but don't let the foot actually slip. Now check back in with your standing leg and suck that outer hip in again, in case you lost it, right? Maintain everything. Broaden across your front pelvis. Okay, again, arm can be to the side, arm can be on your hip. Roll your shoulders, lift your chest, breathe. All right, and then release. Lower your leg down and stand in Tadasana. Okay, nice to have a little bit of space, particularly if the back is a little cranky, between your legs in your Tadasana. Let's repeat one more time each side. Okay, stand on your left leg, right leg up, and we're coming to where we left off here. Suck the outer hip in, deep in the hip socket, externally rotate. Yes, and now press the 3 points of each foot into the support, into the floor, into the chair, and now try to slide the chair away from you underneath your right foot. Lengthen through that inner leg, expose the groin. Okay, now one other thing to pay attention to here is the hip of the standing leg. Notice if, as your mind goes to the bent leg, if there's a bit of torquing that happens where that hip comes forward. Okay, anchor back through the hip of the standing leg and do all the other work. And see, can you broaden across your front pelvis? Okay, you can press the back of your hand against your inner leg, press your foot into the chair, slide the chair away, open up, open up, open up, anchor back through your left hip. Breathe here. Good, and then release. Lower your leg, Tadasana. Take a moment in Tadasana. Breathe, steady yourself, consolidate. And then release. Turn around, and last time here on the second side, you're standing on your right leg and left leg up. Suck that outer hip into the body, and then deepen your left hip socket, externally rotate, roll the buttock under. Okay, now pressing the 3 points of each foot. Big toe mound, inner heel, keeping your arches strong and lifted. Roll the outside edge of the foot down to get that 3rd point. And now underneath your left foot here, without letting the foot slip, try to slide the chair away and open up through that inner leg. Okay, press your hand, the back of your hand against your inner leg for a bit of fulcrum, and then you can even turn your abdomen away from that bent leg. Sound familiar? Just like we did on the floor. Anchor back through the right hip this time. Yeah, and slide the chair away. Slide the chair away underneath your foot. Open up your groin. Okay, while you're at it, shoulders down, chest up, find your breath. Good, and then release, lower down, and once again, Tadasana. Okay, let's take this same principle and apply it to Virabhadrasana 2. Okay, so it can be taken into Virabhadrasana 2 or most of the standing poses, several of the standing poses. And yeah, the translation here, it's the opening of the groins, exposing the groins, that strengthening of the glute muscles, and that strong stability of the hips. Okay, so understand that the pelvis is essentially the base of the spine, right? So if you can stabilize everything in this region, you're gonna serve your spine really well. Okay, so let's go for Virabhadrasana 2. Place your left leg against the wall. This is going to give you some added stability. And then turn your right leg out. Okay, now I like to do it in 2 stages because I do find that that turning of the leg out is an opportunity to connect really strongly into the hip. Okay, so turn the foot of your right leg 45 degrees, just halfway out. Plant the toe mounds, lift your heel, and then deepen the hip socket, externally rotate and draw the heel under. Okay, and just feel the buttock, feel the hip, see if you can get that translation all the way up into the hip. Okay, then take a quick look down at your knee and see that the knee is in fact turning in the direction of your small toe. Okay, turn the knee, turn the thigh, and then once again stand up tall. From your back leg, from the inner left leg here, hit your heel into the wall and suck your left outer hip into the body. Now press the 3 points of your foot down, and as we've been doing, start to slide the floor away underneath your right foot and also bend your knee. Push the floor, slide the floor, turn your thigh and dip down. Bend your knee. Roll the buttock under. At the same time here, anchor back through the left hip. This got all the components, everything we've been doing. Open up here, expose the groins, revolve, roll the buttock under, slide the foot. Okay, hands can stay on the hips for this first round, shoulders back, chest up, breathe, and then slowly come up. Okay, turn your foot forward, heel toe yourself back, and stand in Tadasana. Okay, turn yourself around, we'll go for the second side. Right foot into the wall this time, and in 2 stages, turn your left leg out. Okay, turn the foot halfway, and then lift your heel, and from the hip socket, turn, swivel the heel forward, and place the foot down. Straighten the legs again. Stand up tall. Now go back to your back leg, and from the inner right thigh, hit out, pound the outer heel into the wall, suck your right hip in. Okay, suck it in, and now press the 3 points of each foot, especially this left foot down, slide the floor away and bend. Slide the floor away and bend. Lengthen that inner leg. Okay, buttock descending, dip, 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 slide the floor away. Now anchor back through your right hip and broaden across your front pelvis. Shoulders back, chest up, push the wall with your right heel, slide the floor away with your left leg, open yourself up. And then firm your back leg into the wall. Inhale, stand back up. Heel toe yourself back together and stand in Tadasana. Okay, let's go for one more round. This time you can add some arms, different arm placement. And I'm gonna show, again, for my scoliosis, this is one variation that I like to work with, because again, the extension can be very helpful in my body. You know, there's one side that tends to really sink down, right? So I like the extension. Okay, so I'll show you what I mean. Let's come to where we left off here. Left leg into the wall, turn in 2 stages, right foot out, and turn the whole leg in the socket. Okay, so now from here, you're gonna take Urdhva Hastasana arms. Raise the arms straight up to the ceiling. Okay, press your back leg into the wall here. Pressurize your front foot, slide the floor away, and dip down. Dip down. Slide the floor away, and bend your knee. That's it. Push the wall with your back heel. Rotate your right thigh out, push the floor underneath your right foot, and reach through that inner leg. Now extend up into your fingers and lift your rib cage up off your waist. Now maintaining this length through the side body, from here, extend the arms to the side. Okay, Virabhadrasana 2. And then push the wall, inhale, stand back up. And come back to Tadasana. Breathe. Okay, now it's totally appropriate. You can just have your arms to the side and start like that, be like that the whole time. But again, if you enjoy having some extension, lifting up first really kind of sparks that intelligence, so to speak. Maintain that and then extend the arms and sort of see how that goes for you. Okay, so let's do last time here, second side. Virabhadrasana 2 to the left. Okay, right leg into the wall here. And then in 2 steps, Turn the left foot out, heel under, turn at the hip, check the knee, see that it's turning. Rotate, buttock has to go under, okay? And then Urdhva Hastasana, arms up to the ceiling. Press your right foot into the wall strongly, press into your left foot and bend your knee, okay? Right hip, suck it in, press into your left foot, slide the floor away and turn the knee, turn the thigh. Okay, push the wall with your right foot and slide the floor away underneath your left foot. Open yourself up. Now check in with your pelvis, right hip back, but roll the left buttock under, slide the floor away. Okay, now reach into those lifted arms, maintain the lift, the length through your side body, and then extend the arms to the side. Breathe here. Okay, push the wall with your right outer foot. Come back up, heel toe yourself back together, and stand in Tadasana. Okay, we're gonna end it there, but let's end with Shavasana and give yourself a chance to recover. Okay, it's strong work, that approach to these poses. So let's take a prone Shavasana, and what I have set up here is 3 blankets. I've opened up a blanket and done 3. 1, 2, 3. If you happen to have a nice sofa cushion or some pillows or something that you could create a similar shape with, a lot of times that works really nice. I have an extra blanket there for my head, and then have a bolster also nearby. Okay, and what you're gonna do is lay yourself down on your abdomen and position yourself in such a way that the pelvis is just up on this higher level. Okay, the pelvis is up here on this higher level, and the groins, this area where we've been trying to open, to expose that area, it's full, right? The blanket is touching that area, so it helps that area to release. Okay, and there's just a little bit of a descension here. The pelvis is lifted and the legs are going down. Okay, and then you can take your hands under your abdomen and just scoop the abdomen a little bit up, a little bit to the side, and that will likely help you sort of settle into this support with a little more ease. Okay, and then the head can be supported, forehead supported, and then you're also going to adjust each leg. So just raise one leg ever so slightly up. You don't want to distort what you've already done with the abdomen and the torso. So just a little bit up off the floor, and then broaden the buttock away from the tailbone, broaden the back of the thigh, and extend the leg. Place it back down. Same thing with the other leg. Lift it just a little. Flare the back of the thigh open, reach, broaden the buttock, lay it back down. Now sometimes there's a little bit of, do this and then do that, right? Each action has a reaction. So if in your effort to adjust the legs, you feel like things did shift here, then just take your hands again, do a little bit of the same thing one more time, abdomen up and to the side. And again, let everything settle, okay? And then disturbing yourself as little as possible, see if you can take a bolster or some extra blankets and maneuver it so that you have a little bit of weight right on the back of your thighs, okay? So the back part of your thighs there. And then head down, arms by your side. I like to have the elbows right in line with the shoulders there, nice and broad. Hands are, not in close, but in line with the elbows. Shoulder blades are broad, buttocks is broad, and head down. Breathe and completely release here. Okay, give yourself a few minutes. And just let everything sink down into the ground. Release any gripping. That's it for today. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you enjoyed the practice. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you again soon.